All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Friday. It is a friendly football Friday, but we're doing the NBA podcast, the NBA basketball show. I don't want to say that 3 times. Sound like Elmer Fudd right there. But welcome to the show. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And hopefully you're having yourself a good start to your day. It's a beautiful day here in the nation's capital. 0 degrees, and it's almost golfing weather, to be honest. But it's a beautiful sunny day. It's a good way to start the weekend. Hopefully you're having a great day wherever you are located. And if you're tuning in right now at 10:18, you're saying, hey, how come he's early today? Well, what I've done is I'm trying something different here. I'm instead of doing a 1.5 hour podcast, I'm trying to separate each segment into their own little show. And this way, if you just want to watch the NHL podcast, you can on the website. If you just want NBA, NFL, this way we don't keep you hostage for the full hour and a half. So just tune in each and every morning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post the podcast show like for the one you're interested in. So let's say for the NBA, it's at 10:15 for that day. And this way, once I'm all done, instead of waiting around for the podcast, just get her done and get all the information to you guys as soon as possible. And this way, if you missed the live show, well, not to worry. You can watch the replay right here on our YouTube channel. All right, today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. You can get the free NBA reports each and every day right here at atsstats.com. In fact, all you got to do is go to the website, click on the free NBA report, and once you get there, you're going to get a window that pops up. And look at that. You get all the free Raymond Report, all the games listed, and if you scroll right down to the bottom, we give you all the information. And here's the beauty, all the nice stats and trends that we have here each and every day, and you can get that right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's take a look at the standings in the association. Only one game last night in the NBA, and it was a big victory for the Detroit Pistons over Dallas. Dallas, we talked about that yesterday, not a really good road record this year. In fact, where's the Dallas Mavericks road record? Dallas Mavericks on the road, look at that, 1-8. Not a good way to start the year when you're 1-8 on the road this year. And man, they are struggling, as Joe Namath, struggling big time. And let me see here. I'm just going to bring up something here on the side because I've got to get ready for the big show. And Dallas Mavericks, yeah, look at that. Not a good 1-8 and 9-3. A bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team, right? So if you look at the Dallas Mavericks right now, where did I see them again? They're there. 9-3 at home, but 1-8. So Jekyll and Hyde team, big time right there. Hey, they're Jekyll at home, but they hide on the road. And this is why you watch the Rain Report, to get this type of information each and every day on our podcast channel. All right, so you can see the top teams in the NBA right now is the Boston Celtics, team that I like to win the championship this year, especially the Eastern Conference. Phoenix Suns 15-6, Milwaukee Bucks 15-5, Denver, Cleveland also at 14 wins. And if you look at the top teams at home this year, and you just go to the Rain Report here on atsstats.com. And if you ever want to get this standing page, go to the tools, ATS standings, and go to NBA. And I'm going to show you something that I talked about earlier in the week on the type of teams in the Rain Report, right? If you follow the Rain Report and you go to the golden rules of sports betting, you can see I label my teams A, B, and C type teams A-type teams are 60% or higher. B-type teams are 50 to 59.9. And C-type teams, those are teams below 500, and you can see they're not doing too well, right? And but in the RAM report, where was I right there? Let's go right here. The A-type teams, but I'm going to show you which teams you should be following, home or away. You know, that's a big thing when you're handicapping your sports. You got to take a look at the home teams, how they're doing, right? And I'll show you why in the NBA you should really, well, the perfect example is the Dallas Mavericks, right? Win at home, can't win on the road. But best home teams right now: Phoenix Suns 12-1, Boston Celtics 11-1, Milwaukee 11-2, Golden State coming along after that slow start at the beginning of the year. Cleveland 9-1, Dallas, see, look at that, a C-type team at 9-3, and those are the top teams with 9 wins or more this year. But if you look at the teams on the road this year, 8-5, 7-6, look at that, very, very mediocre, right? So if you click on the type of teams, check this out. 8 type teams in the RAM report, so I'm talking about Boston, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Denver, Phoenix, and New Orleans. They have an 85.07% win percentage compared to 53.3% on the road. That is unbelievable. That's like what, 25%? Let me see here. That's like 22% difference. That's a 22% difference right there, or 30. Let me see. 32% difference, right? Hey, gotta work on my math here. Oh, actually, it says, or just clean my glasses. 31.7%. Wow. So home teams, 85.07% on the A-type teams. On the road, 53%. And look at that, the difference of 31.7%. And if you look at the comparison on the B-type teams, so the Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia, Toronto, Indiana, Atlanta, Washington, Minnesota, Portland, Utah, Golden State, Clippers, Kings, and Memphis. They have a winning percentage at home of 65%, but only 42% on the road. So this is why I'm saying, if you are handicapping the NBA, home teams, road teams, big difference. 22% difference compared to 31% with the A-type teams. And then the C-type teams, those are teams below 500. They win 46.6% of their home games and 24% on the road. So you can't trust these teams to win straight up on the road. And that's right there with the B-type teams at 22%. And this is why you watch the show, right? To get this type of information each and every day. All right, let's get to the NBA report here today. And I see the networks in the house. Who's Mizzou? How you doing there, network? Good morning, bullpen. And welcome to the show. Washington Wizards taking on Charlotte. Now the Wizards a 3-point favorite. The over-under is set at 224. And the Wizards on 1 day's rest, losing to their last game to Brooklyn, 113-107. And the Charlotte Hornets losing to Boston, 140-105. So they got smoked by the Celtics by 35 points. The chance of winning tonight going to favor the Wizards here at 52.7%. I got a 111-109 victory for Washington. The over-under landing on 221.5. Be neutral against a C neutral, so be careful, those B neutral type teams on the road. Denver Nuggets taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Now the Denver Nuggets a 2.5 point road favorite. The over-under is set at 232.5. Denver coming off a 120-100 victory over Houston, while Atlanta won their last game 125-108. A 69.2% chance of winning here for Atlanta. And I got a 114-113 victory for the Hawks, and I got the over-under landing on 227.9. And you can see here, 69.2% chance of winning for the home underdog in this spot. And in fact, I want to see how the Atlanta Hawks do as a home underdog this year. Let's go to the RAM report, and let's go Atlanta. Where is Atlanta? As a home dog this year. Where's Atlanta? Okay, wait a minute. There, at the bottom. So let's take a look at this. Atlanta as a home underdog this year. You can see they are 1-1. Only been a home dog twice. A home favorite 9 times. And the average score is 109-112, favoring the road team. So, you know what? Be careful tonight. Denver coming in on a 4-game win streak on 1 day's rest. And a bullish, right? A bullish type team. So we talked about the type of teams in the RAM report. Those A type teams winning only 53.3% of their games on the road this year. At the Denver Nuggets, 14-7, 6-4 in their last 10, while the Atlanta Hawks have only covered 30% of their last 10 games. All right, one of the games of the nights will be in Milwaukee. The LA Lakers taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Now the Bucks coming in this one as a pretty big favorite. 8.5 is the line. 230.5 is the total, and we do have the Bucks winning this one 118-109. The over-under landing on 228.2. And I see Timmy Two Shoes in the house and Bo Jackson. Good morning, everybody. Is the show different from the other? Nope, it's the same. It's the same show. It's just we're cutting off the segments, right? So if people don't want to watch the NHL and wait around, they can download the podcast. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm separating the sports into their own podcasts. It's still the Raymond Report. It's just different formats of the show. Still the same show, just breaking it up. And there's other reasons for doing it too. Search engine optimization reasons, and I'll just leave it at that. All right, Milwaukee 118-109 and 228.27. So we like this game to go under the total. And we can see 83% chance of winning. I don't know if I want to touch the Lakers here tonight. They are 5-4-1. Format change. I feel this hit and run is slick, says Timmy Two Shoes. All right. You know what? It's just that if you're on the run or you don't have a lot of time and you don't want to wait for the NBA or the NFL, well, at least now you can go to the website and you can get that segment on your podcast or on your phone, right? So that's why we're doing it this way. All right, the game in Boston tonight at the TD Gardens in Boston. The Celtics is 7.5 point favorite. The over-under listed at 226. ATS forecast, system play, gonna lean with the Celtics in this one, 119-110. Did I give you guys the score of this one? 118-109. So we do have the Bucks winning by 9 here tonight. So we do have winning and covering, but be careful. All right, back to this one between Boston and Miami. Now the Heat going into this one as a 7.5 point road underdog. They're coming off a 134-121 loss to Boston, and that was a couple of days ago, and a 19.3% chance of winning the game straight up against Boston, who are now on a 5-game win streak. And speaking of win streak, they're also 5 ATS win streaks. So the Boston Celtics, not only are they winning the game straight up, they are covering the game. Last 3 games have gone over the total, and we got a 119-110 victory tonight for the Boston Celtics. All right, the game of the night will be in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. And if you go to the Raymond Report, you see we have our poll question of the day. Who do you like tonight? The Raptors plus 1.5, or do you like the Brooklyn Nets at minus 1.5? And right now, after a few votes, after 7 votes, we got 57% liking the Raptors so far. So make sure you put in your voting right now in the bullpen at atsstats.com. And another reason, guys, that I'm doing these breaking off of the segments is to give value to the bullpen. People who pay the monthly membership, we're going to have a members only show at the end of the day. So this way, bringing value. I was thinking about that this way. I say, you know what? People pay $4.99 a month, and what are they really getting, right? So I got to bring value to the table to the people who buy memberships here at the Raymond Report. All right, so back to the action here. Brooklyn taking on Toronto. I got a 111-109 victory for the Brooklyn Nets. And again, if you like Brooklyn tonight and you like the favorite, just take the money line. Just take the money line on the Brooklyn Nets, who are coming off a 113-107 close victory over the Washington Wizards, while the Raptors, they got manhandled by Zion Williamson and the Pelicans, 126-108. That was my free pick of the day a couple of days ago, and that was never in doubt. And the Raptors, so far in the last 10, 5-5. Strength of schedule, the last 7 games, they've been playing opponents with a 53.06 win percentage. My line on the game tonight, I had both teams in the minus. Look at this, minus 1.4 for Toronto, minus 1.04. I'm going to lean with the Raptors here. I like the Raptors getting plus 1.5 and a little revenge factor, right? Remember they played a couple weeks ago and Brooklyn took care of business, but they didn't have Siakam, they didn't have Van Fleet, and hopefully they get a healthy lineup in the lineup tonight. All right, Orlando taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minus 10.5 is the line. 216.5 is the total. I do have Cleveland winning tonight, 115-104. Big win in the last game, 113-85. That was one of my premium picks here at the Raymond Report. And you can get all my premium picks along with Ross the Boss Benjamin right here in the pick section. I got 115-104 for Cleveland, 84.7% chance of winning for the Cavaliers, whose last 3 games have gone under the total, while the Orlando Magic are on a 6-game losing streak. Struggling big time. Wonder if OG still feeling that shot delivered at Zion gave him, says Bo Jackson. I didn't see that. I must have been flipping around with the games. All right, so Orlando, 6-game losing streak. You know, the Magic are a funny team. I know they're 5-17, but they win at the oddest times, I find, right? They lose against the beatables and then they beat the beatables, right? Or the unbeatables. All right, the game of the night will be at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. You got the Grizzlies hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. 5.5 is the total. The side. 218 is the total, and I got a 111-107 victory for the Memphis Grizzlies. 218.3 is the total I have landing on, and right there, look at the bookmaker. We're all over that total, and we do have it going over the total by a very slim margin. We got Memphis winning 73.2% compared to 107.2. And again, if you go back to the type of teams, B neutral against B neutral, and if you look at the B type teams here in the Raymond Report, the home teams win 65% of the game. But look at the Philadelphia 76ers right there at 5-5, but they're in this class of only winning 42.07% of the games. Give me Memphis tonight at the FedEx Forum. All right, Elliott V went 5-1 in the NHL last night. Only loss was shake my head with the Penguins. Yeah, that was a tough loss. That was a tough loss last night. But hey, you know what? The sun came up. The day the day ends in Y, and why not get back on the horse here today in the NBA? San Antonio taking on the Pelicans. The Pelicans off that big win over the Raptors, 126-108, while the Spurs losing their last game, 119-111 against the San Antonio Spurs. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Hey, you can't lose against yourself, right? I got 124-112 favoring New Orleans tonight. The Pelicans a 7-point road favorite. I'm not laying 7 points on the road, even though they got a 79.03% chance of winning compared to 20.9 for the Spurs. San Antonio on a 9-game losing streak, 7 ATS losing streak. Struggling big time. 6-16 on the road. A Sea Bears team against A Bullish. This should be all Pelicans tonight, but maybe the over is maybe where you want to go. What's the Kogo at? 45%. So Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. I think the over is where you want to lean tonight between the Pels and the Spurs. Indiana Pacers taking on the Utah Jazz. Now, the Jazz, a 4-point home favorite. The over-under set at 238. I got 117-116, a 1-point victory for the Jazz, who are a 4-point home favorite tonight. But the chance of winning, though, goes to the Pacers at 48% compared to only 33.3 on the chance of winning on the percentage play for the Jazz. And looking at their record on the year, 13-11, while the Pacers coming off that 137-114 loss to Sacramento the other night. And let me see here, 7-3 in their last 10 straight up, 6-4 to the point spread, and 70% of the Pacers' last 10 games have gone under the total. My line on the game, I had the Jazz at minus 2.2, overvalued tonight at -4. So be careful here tonight, as the Pacers, a B neutral type team, and again, B neutral type teams or B teams only winning 42% of their game straight up. But you're getting +4 here. That's pretty good. I had them listed at -0.8. So if you like value, you're getting value with the Pacers here tonight. Give me Indiana +4 tonight against Utah. All right, so far on the voting, we got 57% liking the Raptors over the Brooklyn Nets, and the Nets are collecting 43% of the votes. What's going on, Coach? Great morning to all. Great morning, OG Wheat. And yeah, good morning. Hey, where's my good morning to you guys here? Got to give you a good morning here. Yeah, good morning to the bullpen, and they're coming in. There's rumbling, stumbling, and tumbling into the bullpen. And again, you're watching the NBA podcast show here at the Raymond Report. And again, if you're tuning in this morning, you're saying, hey, what's going on? How come we're early? And if you go look at the channel, you'll see that I separated the podcast in different groups. So if you already wanted the NHL show and you missed the live show, not to worry. The NHL live show is on our YouTube channel right now. You can go watch it. And right now, you're watching the live show here of the NBA podcast. All right, let's get to this one between the Phoenix Suns and the Houston Rockets. Now, the Suns, a big underdog, a big favorite here tonight against the Houston Rockets, who are the underdog of 11.5 points. 230 is the total. I do have Phoenix winning this one, 121-109. The over-under listed at 230.85. So I do like this game to go over the total, but just by a very slim margin. Look at that, 230 and 230.8. And looking at the chance of winning, Phoenix Suns on a 6-game win streak right now. Last 2 games I've gone over. They are 15-6 on the at home overall this season. 7-3 in their last 10. And my line on the game, I did have Phoenix at 5.98, but I'm not laying 11.5 tonight. And your final game on the board, you got the Golden State Warriors, who are playing some really good basketball of late. Even though they did lose their last game, it was a close one against the Dallas Mavericks. Klay Thompson could have tied it at the end, but missed that 3-point shot. But that's tough to do, right? You only got 2-3 seconds left. You got to inbound the ball, and then you turn around, jump shot. That's tough to make with the pressure. And tonight, a 7-point home favorite against the Chicago Bulls. And you can see we do have the Warriors winning tonight, 122-112. The over-under at 234.4, and a 83.3% chance of winning here for the Warriors compared to 31.5 for the Chicago Bulls. Total landing on 234.4. So we do like this game to go under the total. And looking at the time, is a 20-minute podcast for NBA is pretty good. See what I mean? By doing a compartmental, I think that's the word I was trying to get there earlier, by just compartmenting all the podcasts this way. If you just wanted NBA, well, you got 20 minutes of great information that you can listen to on the go, and hopefully we can help you with your NBA picks. And speaking of picks on this one, I'm not laying 7. You know the rules. Hey, we don't lay points in the Raymond Report. One of the rules.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Why not?
Against the rules.
Against the rules to lay points in the Rain Report. But I do like Golden State here tonight. But I think the under might be a better way. But the Chicago Bulls, man, they're a funny team. They started off slow, then they're beating everybody. But they're seat neutral right now. And let me take one quick look before we head on to the NFL. Chicago Bulls, where are they? Chicago Bulls. I want to see how they do in Golden State, in Oakland. Or is it still Oakland? I know they changed a few times. Or is it San Francisco now? I can't remember. I remember somebody corrected me once. All right, so Chicago Bulls, 2-8 in their last 10 straight up and against the point spread, and 5-5. Yeah, you know what? Probably take a pass on this one. All right, let's take a look at the poll question of the day. Who do you like tonight between the Toronto Raptors and the Brooklyn Nets? And 53% of the voting of the Rain Report so far liking the Toronto Raptors. So if you like the Raptors tonight, you can rest assured that the bullpen of the Rain Report are supporting you, and they got you. Bulls suck, says Adam Hurley. Yeah, absolutely. All right, there you have it. That is the NBA for today. Hey, again, I forgot the chimes. Hey. And I'll be back in about 5 minutes. We'll do the NFL. So hang tight. Go get a coffee. Go get a bottled water. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, I got to reset the voice here. But I'll be back in about 5 minutes with the NFL podcast, and we'll get back to some winners. In the meantime, shop for value. Play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Rim Report.